everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's Fitness Challenge, and today we're going to be doing a chest-based workout. So I have a BOSU ball here that I'm going to use as my bench. You can very easily use a bench. You can very easily use a mat. Either one is totally fine. All right, awesome. We are good to go. So we have 7 exercises, and they're all upper body focused. We have some for the chest, some for the upper back, some for the triceps. So we have 7 exercises. We're going to go through them 4 times through. 30 seconds on, 10 second stops. That really only gives you just enough time to physically just change and get ready for the next position that you're going to be in. So there are going to be one of the 3 ways that you're going to be. You're either going to be laying on your back, you're going to be laying on your side, or you're going to be kind of standing, kneeling, and kind of doing this type of motion. So I'm kind of here on the ground, hanging out. That's where I'm going to be for most of today's class. I am going to grab a couple different pairs of weights, probably like what am I going to grab? Something I can obviously do like a chest press or a chest fly for the full 30 seconds. So I may regret it, but I always have extra weights because you're never gonna regret having the option. You may regret grabbing heavy, but you'll never regret having that other option around. So if you want multiple pairs of weights, please grab them now. We're going to spend a couple minutes stretching, and then we'll go right into our routine. So just have in the comments this, or the description of today's class. This reminds me so much of when I worked with a company that did corporate fitness in Boston years and years ago, and we had Dana-Farber. No, it was Dana-Farber or Brigham and Women. I'm not even sure. I think I put Brigham and Women's in the ad, or in the description, but it may have been Dana-Farber. Either way, they came to us and they said, "Can we use your staff? Can we use your facility? Can we use your equipment? And can you guys do these exercises with these people that have beaten breast cancer and lost a lot of mobility and strength? And can you do all these things? It's all written out. Can you do this? Can you let us know how things are going? Can we want to make sure that these people are recovering and getting back to their routine and their life and all this stuff?" And it was really nice to work with these women who were really, really grateful to be back in society, back working out, back finishing up with their treatments, all that sort of stuff, and really working on building the strength up that they lost during their treatment. So that doesn't mean just the pecs. It means the whole upper body complex, which is what we're going to be working today. It's Breast Cancer Month. It's almost over, so we're going to get into it and do it. So we're going to go through all the exercises without any weights to get comfortable with the idea of them, and then we'll go on from there. So the first one here is our chest press. So saying I just have, this is where I'm going to be laying. You definitely don't have to have a BOSU for sure. On the ground is totally fine. So I'm going to be here, and I'm going to have my weights, but no weights right now. We're just going to push it up and back down. So having something like a BOSU or a bench just gives me the ability to have a little bit more range of motion. If you physically do not have one of those, totally fine, but you're going to physically hit the mat. So you're just going to have a little bit more motion to work with. So let's do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, then we're going to tuck those elbows in and push up. So this is going to be our tricep press, because our triceps, the back of our arms, are our prime movers here. Let's do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then we're going to keep the arms facing the same way. We're going to straighten them up a little bit, and we're going to come out to the side, and we're going to do our chest press. So you're probably going to have the same weight for all 3 of these, more than likely. If you need to drop to do single arm at a time, as in like resting one arm and then do the other side, totally fine. Totally fine. Let's do 3. Let's do 2. Let's do 1. All right, so then I'm going to roll onto my side. This is where BOSU comes in handy. For me personally, I'm going to lay on my side. I'm going to have a weight in one hand, so I'm probably going to drop to a much lighter weight. And I'm going to pull over here and back up. So I was saying if I'm on the ground, it's not a problem. It's going to have a little bit less room to work, and that's okay. So we're going to do the right side, both sides, and then the left side. So let's do 3. Let's do 2. And let's do 1. So then we're going to flip onto our back again. Have a weight in both hands, either a single weight or 2 weights, and go straight back and up. So you definitely feel how this is different when you have the weights in your hands. If you are using weights, of course, or water bottles or cans or whatever you've got going on. The side laying versus the back laying. Let's do 2. And then 1. And then we're going to flip on over, other side, and go across the other way. So when we're doing these exercises, I don't want to give too much talking when we're doing the exercises itself, because I really want to focus on those exercises. But I want your shoulders to be on top of the shoulders. I want your hips to be on top of your hips, and I want you to be working in one straight line, like literally your torso is between 2 panes of glass. Obviously my legs are not because of where they're being stabilized, but just pretend your torso is stuck between 2 panes of glass. Let's do 2 more. And then 1 more. And then I'm going to take my little weights, and I'm going to either stand or kneel or squat or whatever you got going on. And we're just going to have the weights, and we're just going to push back and in. So we're going to be here. If you want to come totally straight and do it here, or you can lean forward a little bit. If you're on a bench, you could totally lay on the bench. You have enough room down here. I couldn't lay on the BOSU there because it's just close to the ground. Let's do 4. Let's do 3. Let's do 2. And let's do 1. All right, those are our exercises. I hope everybody is good to go. See if I can change this hairstyle a little bit so it's not gonna totally hit me in the head every time I lay on the BOSU. I thought I would do it that way so it wouldn't, but it's just not working for me today. But that's okay. So we have our exercises, have some medium weights, have some lighter weights with you, have water, drink, all that sort of stuff. All right, so are we ready for our first round? Remember, we're doing 4 rounds total. We're doing that chest press, the tricep press, and the chest fly all together back to back to back. So that's 1 minute and 30 seconds of some upper body goodness, okay? All right, so let me turn my volume up. And let's begin in 3, and 2, and 1. All right, we're off. We have that chest press. Try to keep your wrist as neutral as possible. I have to enjoy this weight-bearing time. My surgery for my carpal tunnel is coming up in a couple weeks, and then I won't be able to do these for a little while. All right, relax, take a breath. I'll probably just coach you through some workouts, but I won't, because you won't be able to do them with weights, and it's kind of stinky. But all right, tricep press. But hopefully long term it'll fix my problem, and hopefully my push-up game will improve greatly after that. Because I've been really watching with the weights lately because it just takes a lot of energy out. And oh my goodness, this weight is a lot for me. I'm gonna have to switch these things out next round for sure. Ooh, all right. Too much weight, too quick. All right, so we have our chest flies next. So out to the side. All right, out to the side. Those tricep presses, they're sneaky little buggers. You're like, oh, I can do a chest press. I can do a chest fly. And then they're like, oh, do a tricep press. And you're like, whew. All right, now we're going to roll onto our side and we're going to do that pullover. So I'm going to come to my lighter weight. All right, over and up. Make sure your neck is as neutral as possible, depending on obviously the situation that you have for support. My situation is going to look different than yours, of course. All right, then we have the double side on our back. And then flipping on over to the other side. All right. And then we have those little lat pulls. So coming up and just pushing back. So you can either have your palms facing in or your palms facing back. You decide, just make sure you're consistent with it. And you can, because you're doing 4 rounds, you can do 2 of one, 2 of another, that's totally fine. We have 10 more seconds here, and we have a little bit of a rest so we can adjust our weight so I can put away the really heavy ones. And rest, take a second. Change out some of these weights for me. All right, we're taking our break. All right, how much longer do we have for our rest? We have 20 more seconds, and then we start from the top. We have 3 more rounds just like that. So make any adjustments that you find best. Grab some water. Oh, my water's over there. All right, we're starting with those chest presses. And 3, and 2, and 1. So I'm not doing anything with my lower half of the body other than obviously stabilizing for today's workout. If you are interested in doing like combination movements, we can 100% do some of those, but just not today. If that's something you'd like to see, let me know. We can do a workout just with that. Once I'm nice and healed up. Tricep press. I think combo movements are great. Whew. And break it when you need to. And rest. That one is always going to get me. All right, we have our chest flies next. All right, rest it down. Let's do some of that side work. All right, side A. No rest. Or first, there is rest, very little rest. So if you are doing Fit Fest Fusion, today's Friday, there are some weekend opportunities, and there is more opportunity next Monday if you are going for that 400-point goal. And double. And make sure you're going on there and logging your points. Because you can only log them for, I think, 3 days. So even though this is physically a virtual class, this would count as your on-site class for today. And if you are a Meta employee, don't forget we have our Trick or Trot next Wednesday, virtual and in person, if you are at the McLean or Bedford office. Alright, switching over to the other side. If you're at one of the sites, you're more than welcome to do it. Just really have to be virtually or with a group of people at your site. There's no formal event sites, which is sad, but hopefully we can bring those back one time. Especially the spring 5Ks. Alright, and then we have those lat pulls. Water actually near me this time for our break. Alright, and press back. If you were bent over at the waist, or at the hips, which is totally fine, I don't want you bending over at the waist. I want you bending over the hips. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, and break. Okay, so our halfway point, we're 2 rounds down, 2 rounds to go. Take your breathing. We're gonna have the annoying, super annoying noise next. Hate that noise. All right, we are starting round 3 in 22 seconds. So make any adjustments that you need to make. I'm just take this off altogether. All right, 10 seconds. We're doing that chest press and then that horrible tricep press. All right, press it out. So I think I'm going to do one arm at a time with this tricep press because it always gets me. So I'm going to keep one arm down and press and then just alternate which side is going up. Ten seconds. Whew. I'm just going to have to just go with lighter weight next time. 2 and 1. And chest fly. All right, side motion. If you can't get the full range of motion, if you're getting tired and you don't have the ability to change out your weight, you can just reduce the range of motion here. Or the other option is doing the full range of motion, but just less repetitions. So we do it 30 seconds in this particular case, that's fine. No one says you have to do 30 seconds. And rest. You could just do 8 or 10 repetitions, take a break, wait it out, and then the next side do 8 or 10 repetitions. Alright, let's go. As long as everything is equal on both sides, that's the key. And you're treating both sides equally as loving. So if you're like, oh my goodness, these tricep presses are kicking my butt today, I'm not discouraged that they're doing it. I'm just accepting that they are. My muscles are doing the best that they can, and I'm making sure that I'm not hurting myself, and I move on. No body part shaming, no, ooh, you right shoulder, to heck with you. We don't do that. All right, other side. I don't think your right shoulder is going to develop a complex from calling it names or anything like that, but there's no reason to be negative to yourself if you don't have to be. You're getting tired after an exercise. That's what we want to do. That's why people get heavier and heavier weights. And I tell you, the last round, I'm definitely going lighter with the weights. All right, we have our lat swings. I'm going to do palms in this time. "12 seconds till our break." Two, one, and rest. All right, we have one more round left. Make adjustments as you see fit. All right, we have one more time. We have 21 seconds, and we have time for some water. All right, last time through. Let's do this. We have those presses. Chest press, chest press. All right, tricep press. Make sure you're never holding your breath, even if it's hard. Chest fly. And double on the back. And other side. Alright, last exercise. Alright, let's do it. And then we have about 3 minutes to cool down. We have 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. I pause that before it makes that horrible noise again. All right, so grab your water. Take a couple seconds. And I'm actually going to go over to a wall to stretch out those chest muscles. And now I'm out of frame, I get that. All right, so I guess I'm not going to stand up. I'm going to squat down. I'm going to come over to a wall. All right. I can pretend I'm standing. All right. And we're rotating. So, I mean, it's the same motion whether you're sitting, standing, laying down, whatever it happens to be. You're still stretching right in the armpit chest area. Then we're going to come up slightly and still rotate. And you can adjust the placement of your hand based on where you physically feel the stretch more. Every body's different. And then low. I need to come in a little more for this one. And really, so I'm going to turn around and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to come in first. And then up high. And down low. Let's release that. Let's grab the opposite elbow. And let's just lean forward. You can be standing or kneeling. You can rock a little side to side. And then bring your hands down. Grab your other hand and just pull those arms straight back behind the head. Release and roll on up. Let's do a couple quick tricep stretches. And other side. And then lean it on over and back. Lean it on over and back. 2 more each side. Over, back, over and back. 1 more. Over and back. over, and back. We're done. Happy Friday. Have a great rest of your week. Maybe I'll see you at Trick or Trot. Maybe I'll see you at Fit Fast Fusion. And maybe I'll just see you around. Have a great rest of your day.